Hi, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of The Rosey Life. So today we are going to go into step 2 or phase 2 of how I work with all of my coaching clients. And last week we did step 1, and that is creating an awareness. And I asked you to do an awareness pattern journal for a week, just so that you can start tracking your thoughts, your behaviors, and your feelings. And today I'm going to dive into the second phase of how I work with my clients. Now, first of all, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I am Rose, and I am a success and confidence coach, and I love to help people get out of their own way so that they can have whatever the hell they want, okay? And a lot of this is all of this manifesting and all of this mindset work and coaching, and even when I was a psychotherapist, it all comes back to you and how you're thinking, how you're viewing, how you're seeing yourself, and all the thoughts that you have throughout the day. So you want to really become aware, which is why it's always the first step for me. And you want to become aware, and even I, when I'm working as a coach with my clients, I am aware of how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and how I'm seeing the person in front of me, because that is also important. So this is always happening. This isn't just to get something. This is just something that you implement into your life, into how you live, how you think, because that is the whole goal here, is to completely flip over the way that you've been taught to think and see the world, see yourself, and understand that you can change anything in your life. So if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, I do one-on-one coaching. You can go to TheRoseyLife.com. And also I do have a self-concept makeover course where for about a month, I send you videos and homework and through email for you to apply these things, not just to read or watch a video. Okay, so if you want structured homework and you need some accountability, but yet you're not ready to do coaching, then you can do this self-paced course, and you can do it over and over and over again. And as I mentioned in my other videos, that all my courses are alive, and I go in and tweak and change things all the time. And I'm super excited for something new, a project that I'm working on right now, and I'll be announcing that in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. I'm so excited. And thank you so much, you guys, for liking my videos and commenting. I love reading your comments, and I just really appreciate you guys. The more that you guys hit the like button, the more that YouTube pushes out my video. So thank you. And I love you guys for even being here and wanting to work on yourself, okay? And wanting to change the way that you think. Okay, so let's get into step 2. So step 1, we did awareness, all right? So you became aware of your thoughts, you became aware of your behaviors, and you became aware of any emotions and feelings. And it's helpful to track that, because you can see throughout the time of day what affects you, what triggers you, what inspires you, what motivates you, what helps you keep you on track, all of those kinds of things, okay? So when you have an awareness, without awareness, you can't change, right? And for years, like I've been teaching this, and even with in psychology, you can't change what you're not aware of. You can't change what you're not aware that you're doing, aware that you're thinking, which is why I mentioned in my last, in the awareness, is even like when you are aware of what you're eating, right? You got to become aware of what you're eating in order for you to change the way that you feel about your body, or the way that your body is functioning for you too. So otherwise, we're just all programmed to be robots. And also, I know I'm spending a little more time on the awareness, but a lot of things came to my mind. And when I was in my undergrad, when I got my bachelor's degree in media communications as well, they taught a lot of different teachers. They taught a lot of the marketing and the psychology behind marketing. So when you go to the store and you're looking at all the cereal boxes, let's say, right? All the colors are on purpose. All the words on those boxes are on purpose. Everything that you see on a package is a trigger for you. It's a trigger, an emotional trigger. Usually it connects something back to your childhood, something that makes you feel good. It's a color that will give you an automatic positive response. So literally everything that you see, every package, every commercial, everything is timed and everything is beautifully done to get a person to automatically want the thing without even hesitating. Okay, so we are surrounded by automatic information, and the more that you become aware of yourself, not of what people are doing, right, but aware of yourself and what your tendencies are, it's slam dunk to change them, baby. Okay, so now we're into step 2, which is acceptance. I cannot tell you how misinformed a lot of people are about acceptance and how important it is for all of us to really understand what this truly means. Okay, acceptance is accepting what is happening right now. Accepting how you're feeling, accepting how you're thinking, all that journaling that you did, okay? You want to accept that this is where you are right now, okay? This is where you are right now based off of with what you've learned, what you've known, what you've been taught since you were little, what your teachers, your parents, everybody taught you, right? You are accepting where you are right now at this moment. Acceptance does not mean that you want more of it, okay? Acceptance does not mean that you want more of it. Acceptance is you got real with yourself and you got completely vulnerable, naked in front of the mirror, right? And you got real with yourself. You sat down and you held the mirror against yourself and you said, you know what? This is where I'm at. This is, if I'm going to be honest, this is literally what I do. This is what I think. And even though you think that you're affirming positively like a few times a day or whatever, what you really want to get real with is all of those triggers, all those behaviors, those thoughts, and those feelings, right? What is dominantly popping up for you, which is why I wanted you to track it. Acceptance of where you are right now does not mean you want more of it. And I want you to tell yourself that and remind yourself of that, okay? Acceptance includes how you're feeling right now, acceptance of what you have said, what you have done, if you've made a mistake, if you feel like you did something bad or wrong. You want to accept everything that you're at wherever you are. You want to accept it, okay? I was even out to dinner with my brother last night, and we were talking about my first video about how I used like those MyFitnessPal diet app for people to lose weight, and it helps them keep track and become aware of what they're putting in their mouth, in their body every single day so that they can achieve their goals. And he was saying, yeah, that's a great idea. You know, that makes sense, because if you can do it in this area of your life, then you can do it in any area of your life as well. Finances, relationships, career, health, anything. You can change it in this area of your life with some discipline and some structure. And sometimes we need that, okay? Unless you're just like extremely self-motivated and you can get everything done and you're seeing results, then hell yeah, go you. But if you are anything like I used to be, and even still sometimes I still need this, and I put in structure for me. I'm not extremely strict with myself. I allow myself to feel it, and if I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it, right? But I've actually learned a lot of balancing with that myself, okay? Because I've taught myself to really yin and yang out things, okay? So we were talking about this with my brother about you have to accept where you are right now, okay? You have to accept that maybe you ate the extra cupcake, all right? Or maybe you ate the extra burger, all right? Or whatever, for example, if you're losing weight. You have to accept that you did it. But what are you going to do with that information, okay? And that is what we're going to get to in next video. But the acceptance of you did it, all right, acceptance of the feelings, okay, is so important. And acceptance also includes forgiveness, right? Being kind and forgiving yourself for what you have done, what you have manifested, what you have created unknowingly or knowingly. Most of the time it's unknowingly. Let's get real, because no one wants to manifest any crap for themselves, right? So unknowingly you've created these things, and you forgive yourself. Why? You forgive yourself because you're the one that created it. There's no one to blame. There's no one to hold accountable. There's no one to point a finger at. So you forgive yourself. And this is part of accepting all of this. Now, I also want to bring up the current investment financial trends right now. There's a lot of talk about the recession. There's a lot of talk about a possible recession, an upcoming recession. There's a lot of talk about the stocks, because the stocks are all over the place. Even talking about this morning, like Elon Musk, he just wanted to hold back like 10% of the hiring. He's like letting people go, or he's going to let people go, or don't quote me completely on that, but that's what he just announced through a Twitter or announcement. So that they're doing cutbacks and they're laying off, all of these different things, right? These are coming from big, the big whales in the investment world, okay? So that can freak someone out if you don't know who the hell you are. So when you hear about the stocks plummeting, or the finances, or the recession going on, or whatever, what is it that you tell yourself? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? How are you reacting to it? Okay, because this is part of the acceptance part, okay? You want to be aware of how you're reacting to whatever you hear. I personally don't hear the news. I choose not to. I don't even have cable. I just have different apps that I watch movies and shows on, right? But because I am constantly investing in myself, I take financing courses, stock and investment courses, crypto courses. I take any kind of course to help me become more aware and learn as much as I can about the stock market. One, because I love it. Two, because I want to get more into it. Not because I think that is the only way that I'll make money, but because I actually enjoy it. It's something that I used to fear and I didn't understand it, so I learned about it. So in those courses, though, they're not manifesting courses. They're not people that talk about you are God of your reality. They're just in the 3D, and they're teaching. These billionaires and millionaires are teaching about how they make money and how they invest in psychology and strategy behind it. And I freaking love all that, okay? Because if you want to, whatever it is that you want to surround yourself with those kinds of people, and that's how they think. All right, I know I'm getting off a little track here, but this is really important because I heard a lot of fear content come out this morning with these different financial teachers that I follow. And what I noticed, right, is my first reaction was trying to freak out, was trying to get scared, okay? And then I noticed, because I have become very aware of my thoughts and my feelings and my behaviors, I noticed and I became aware of that reaction immediately. And then I said, wow, well, that's good for them if that's what they want to believe, but that doesn't apply to me. I am always provided for, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what means no matter what. It doesn't matter what is happening. So my faith is not in what is happening out here in the world. My faith is not in the stocks that I have invested. My faith is not in a real estate purchase. My faith is not in what I see with my eyes in my bank account. My faith is not in those things. My faith is in my power, in the process of I am the only creator. I am the only creator in my reality. No one else gets to decide what the hell I have or I don't have. That is my choice, and I decide. So when I reminded myself of that, I look at these little videos differently, and I notice if any of the information is grabbed a hold of a thought. Because even if it grabs a hold of one thought, then it'll take little feet and want to keep pestering and pestering and pestering and pestering all day. So you want to really become aware of what you're thinking. You want to accept that, okay, this is what the market looks like right now. This is what the stock investors, this is what the stock market looks like right now. This is what things look like right now out here. Whatever it is, if you are trying to lose weight, this is how it is right now, okay? Acceptance is of where you are. Why do you want to do this, by the way? Why on earth would you want to accept the way things are? Remember, you are not saying, I want more. You are just accepting that this is my definition of acceptance, okay? And I even wrote it down. And a lot of people say that you ignore your current reality. I want to clarify this too. We're not ignoring what is happening, okay? I don't think ignoring is actually the best choice of word. And I know what people are trying to explain, but I don't think that it's actually articulating what it is that, or conveying the message of what it actually they're trying to say, okay? But ignoring your reality really isn't turning a blind eye to it, right? Because if you do that, if you try to ignore what is without accepting that this is what I created, this is how I feel right now, this is how the things are, it's going to feel like resistance. It's going to feel like you're pushing away. It's going to feel like you're frustrated, you're trying to control. It's going to feel like really anxious, like you're trying to hold your breath, and at some point you have to come up for air, and that's when you might scream, cry, kick, get pissed off, watch 100 more YouTube videos, and try to soothe yourself to make you feel better so you can go back to holding your breath and ignoring again. That is not what ignoring your reality is, okay? Ignoring, right, your reality is a better way to think of it is, even though this is happening, I still get what I want. And I want you to say that to yourself. Even though this is what things look like right now, I still am in control. I still decide what happens for me. I still get exactly what I want. Even though it looks like this, even though every person on this freaking planet is agreeing with each other and I'm the only one that doesn't, that's because I am still in control. I am still the only power. I am still getting what I want no matter what. So it can look like this. I don't care if it looks like this. Yeah, I can feel that it sucks. I can cry and be mad that it looks like this. But I know that I still get what I want no matter how long it's been, no matter what it looks like, no matter what, I still get what I want. And everything still works out for me, period. Okay? Period. So this is what I want you to do with acceptance. I want you to look at what is, and you can write this out if you want to, or you can just observe it. I personally like writing things out because I find it helpful, because to me it's kind of like a dump and buy, right? I release it and I look at what is, and I said, wow, against all odds, I still get what I want. Even though it looks impossible, I still get what I want. Even though it's unusual for this to happen, that is my usual. Okay, so do you see, it's despite what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch. Despite what you are looking at in the mirror, despite what you see in your bank account, despite everything, you still get what you want. And that is ignoring your current reality. That is that acceptance piece allows you to be powerful and to say, yeah, I see you. I know it. I see what's happening, but it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to ignore it. I'm not trying to hold my breath. I'm going to pretend it's not there. No, you will drive yourself batshit crazy if you try to do that, okay? It's not normal. And you're gonna look weird. People are gonna wonder why you have the big smile and weird looking look on your face all the time, pretending, right? We're not pretending here. I want you to get out of the pretending mode and actually look at everything with complete dominion over it. Okay, you are here to look at everything and say, yeah, I have dominion over this situation. So despite what I see, despite what I hear, despite what I touch, I decide what is for me and I get whatever the hell I want, period. So, and there's a lot of things that you can do to play with that too. So I want you to practice this week. And then next week, I'm going to come into the final phase of how I work with my clients. And I'm putting this information out for you guys for free because I want everybody to get what they want. I want everybody to see how powerful you are. Yes, you do not need to pay a coach. Yes, you do not need to buy a course. Yes, you do not need those things because inherently who you are is a powerful badass, okay? Until you accept that, until you see that in yourself, that's why people do get coaching. That's why people do purchase a course. That's why people do these things, is because they want some guidance and some push into this direction because inherently you know who the hell you are. And having someone to meet with on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis or whatever, that speeds things up for you because you have someone on your side objectively looking at your situation without emotion, without the investment of what you are going through personally. They can look at it from the outside and say, here's what you're doing. Here's what you keep saying to yourself. Here's what you keep repeating. I noticed that since we met, you keep doing this thing and you keep repeating this. All of those things, right? It's so easy for someone else on the outside to look in on the outside, which is what I do really damn good. All right, my loves, if you're interested in working with me, go to RoseyLife.com. Thank you so much for being here and please like and comment. Thank you. Love you. Bye.